All right, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you may be all around the world. I want to welcome you very specially to the class 2 of our series on how to start a profitable sales, marketing, and distribution business. My name is Lovadion, and last week I made mention of certain things, and I would just like to do a recap for the benefit of those that are attending this class for the first time today. But not to worry, you can go to our YouTube channel after this timeout to watch the class 1 so you don't miss anything. Okay? So last week I shared briefly on how we came into the distribution business, how we got into the opportunity, how we started, and I shared partly on how it's been. And like I said, this is a very informal training, so to say, because I'm going to be training based on my experience in this business. One of the things I always wish was I wish I had someone that I could talk to or that I knew that was into the distribution business, and I had an opportunity to hear from them on how the business is. I'm sure it would have minimized the errors and the mistakes that we've made. And that's part of the reason why we are having these sessions to enlighten people about the distribution business, that is the supply chain, aka logistics business, for them to know the opportunities that are in it. There are a lot of opportunities in this business. And the truth is, you can do it alongside any other business or job that you might be currently doing, or maybe you don't even have anything you're doing at the moment. I believe so strongly that with the information you're going to be getting from this training, you would consider this business. When I did the introduction, I made mention of something. I said, when you walk into a store or you walk into a supermarket, every product you see on the shelves is connected to a bank account, someone's bank account, and this account is different from the account of the manufacturers or the producers of those products, and that is the distributor. And that's true. Just imagine the number of products we have out there. There are several thousands of products. And the truth is, the location where you are, maybe the state where you are, the city where you are, the nation where you are, there are a lot of products that are not available in your country. And the manufacturers of those products are looking for people that can bring the product to to that country or to that location where you are. So what do you have to do? You have to position yourself to be attractive to those people, for them to be attracted to you. Okay, so I'm going to start this class by taking a recap on some of the things I said in the last class, and then I'll introduce what we're going to cover today. And then let me quickly add this. When I was talking in the last class, I made mention of an introduction to FMCGs, and we didn't eventually touch that because, as much as possible, I don't like this this training to be so long. I try as much as possible to make it fall within 30 to 40 minutes, and then make provisions for people to ask questions before I end it. Okay, because I know that when it's too long, people will lose interest. So I don't want that. I want you to stay with me from the beginning to the end, because I know that this is going to be an opportunity for you to start a business that's going to bring an extra income for you, or a new income altogether. So I said something. When we started the business, we stumbled upon the opportunity. When you ask people, what do you want to do? What do you want to be? If you ask, for example, 100 people, you might not even get up to 3 people that will tell you, oh, I want to be a distributor. And that's because, I don't know, maybe people don't really see the need for it, or the opportunities for it, or it's not so popular. I don't know why, but I'm here to make you know that being a distributor is a great thing. And if you make up your mind to become one, you would never regret it, especially if you follow the tips that I'm going to be sharing with you, so that you don't make the same mistakes that we made, or you don't have a frustrating experience, because it can actually be. But we're here to guide you so that you don't have this kind of experiences. So when we started, we came across a product, a very good product, and we contacted the company, and we said, oh, we want to distribute your product in the location where we are in Nigeria. And we started. we met with a lot of challenges, both at the market, and for every of the challenge that we met, we made up our mind that we're not going to be discouraged. And I made mention of that. And this cuts across not just this business, but any kind of business you're doing. There will certainly be challenges. You should look forward to that. But it shouldn't discourage you from doing it or from carrying on with it. One of the things you must set in your mind is to never give up, never stop, and coin the vision. Why are you doing it? You could be doing it to make money. Yes, money is very important. You need money to survive. You need money to be able to do things in this life. So that could be your purpose of doing the business. And every business is out there for make profits. So of course that's a very good one. But of course it should be more than that. It should extend from just you. Like for me, when I started the business, it was okay, I needed a side profit, a side income. But when I went into it proper, I began to see the opportunities, and I knew that okay, this is an avenue where we can engage and employ a lot of people, which we have done over the years in our business. It's an avenue where we can empower people. It's an avenue where we can, rechannel the stream of wealth so that people can fall into the flow and make money through us. And then also companies that have need for distributors, we can help them to achieve their marketing goals. We can help them to expand their reach. Okay? Because one of the challenge that manufacturers and producers have is supply chain management, how to get their product from their factory to the customers. And that's where the distributors come in. You can also call us the middlemen. Okay? Just imagine if every customer had to go directly to the company, or every store or every supermarket that wants to sell their product has to go directly to the company, that's going to be an uphill task. There are millions of supermarkets and stores all around, the state or the country, and it would be an uphill task for a manufacturer, a producer to have to attend to every of this store or every of these people that want to sell directly to the customers. And that's where the distributors come in. Okay? So the distributors are taking that load off the manufacturers. Instead of people to come directly to them, they go to their distributors. The distributor becomes the middleman between the manufacturers and the stores or the consumers, as the case may be. Because in the course of this training, you're going to see the different models in the distribution business. Okay, there are models where you distribute from the company to the distributors to the stores, and there are models where you distribute from the company to the distributors to the consumers as the end users. And then there are models that contain this too. That means this distribution company is distributing both to stores that are going to resell and to the end users. So we're going to share that. I think that's going to come up in the last class. This is the class 2. This is the second class. And initially, we planned that this class will hold every Thursday, but for certain reasons, we had to move it to Sundays. So it's not going to be on Sunday evenings. And if for any reason it's not going to hold as planned, we are certainly going to communicate through our page. And that's the page you're connected to right now at Kano Instant Market 1, that is on Instagram. So for today, I'm going to be talking to us about FMCGs. What are FMCGs? And what do you need to know about it as a distributor? Okay? There are different categories of products that you can distribute, both consumable and non-consumable. But when you are starting, and depending on your strength at your startup season, the products that you choose to start with matters a lot. Okay? So what are FMCGs? FMCG simply means fast-moving consumable goods. Okay? F, fast. M, moving. C, consumable. G, goods. That's FMCGs. Okay? And there are a lot of FMCGs that are surrounding us. I'm not going to mention any product because no company is paying me to advertise for them, but I'm not going to describe it. In our local Nigerian palace, there's something we call chop chop. These biscuits, cookies, sausages, this small food item that you can just, snack on. Okay, those fall into the category of FMCGs. Okay, and when you're distributing an FMCG, there are several things you need to put into consideration before you accept any product. And this is very important because this is where we have made several errors. And like I said, we want to guide you so that you don't have to make those same mistakes. There are certain qualities that makes a product a good FMCG. Okay, and these qualities are three basically. Okay, there are three basic qualities that makes a product a good FMCG product. Number one is the price. Number two is the quality. And number three is the packaging. I'm going to start with the packaging before. I'll start with the packaging and then the quality, and then I'll come to price. You see, in our Nigerian local parlance, there is a proverb that says, "Na eye dey chop before mouth," and that simply means something that goes into your mouth must first be appealing to your eyes. Okay, so the packaging of an FMCG is very important. If a product is not properly packaged, well packaged, the buyers, the consumers will not be attracted to it, even if it's a very good product with a very good quality. When we started when we started the business and we started distributing the product we began with, and we came online, coming online was a good one for us because it gave us a platform where people could see us. And that when I got to know that there are actually a lot of producers and manufacturers, both at the small scale and at the large scale, that are in need of distributors, you know. So this is a very good business, like I said. A company contacted us and they wanted us to distribute their coconut cookies. It was very nice, very tasty, but we knew that that product was not going to have a good opportunity, a good positioning in the market, let me use the word, because of their packaging. Okay. And we didn't just conclude on that, because when you contact us and you want us to distribute for you, of course, you have to send us a sample. After we've engaged you and we've asked a lot of questions, you've told us about your product and everything, we must have samples so that we know exactly what we're dealing with. And don't make that mistake to go into an agreement to distribute any product when you have not sampled it. And you as a distributor, you are not supposed to pay for the samples except you want to. But the company, it's meant to be in their own expense, because you are coming into an agreement with them to do something that will be beneficial to them in the end. So they are supposed to send you their samples, and then you are to sample it, you taste it, you give it to your customers, okay? You take it to the stores that you're already supplying, you take it to the managers there or the storekeeper or someone there, and they will sample the product, they will look at it with you, they will test it, and they will give you feedback. It helps a lot. So these are some of the information you're going to gather to help you to determine where that product stands and if you're going to be dealing with that company or that manufacturer or that producer, as the case may be. This is very important, like I said. We're not able to distribute this particular coconut chips cookies or coconut cookies. It was a very nice product. It had a beautiful taste, but the packaging was not good enough. And like I said, when you're a startup, you have to be able to recognize a good product that will not be too difficult for you to push into the market, because like I said, that phase of trying to introduce the product into the market can be quite frustrating. Okay, so there are certain things that you can put, there are certain indices that can guide you so that you don't have to go through all of that, especially at the early stages when you're just beginning, like I said. And then that brings me to quality. Oh, your packaging is good, very attractive, beautiful, nice, but the quality of the product is substandard, is not good. It doesn't taste nice, or it goes bad on time. The packaging is not good enough. You know, there are some products that they easily open. The quality of a product is very important, because a customer might buy a product because it has a very good packaging, has a good name, and then they taste the product and they don't like it, and that's it, they will not buy it again. And one of the things that drives this business, this distribution business, is the power of numbers and return patronage. Because when you're a distributor, the margin of profit on the products might not be so high for you. So how are you going to be able to make money? Is the volume of the product you're doing, and then the return, people coming again and again for that product. This is very important. So the quality of an FMCG is very important. Don't just choose to distribute just any product. You must check all of this. When the samples get to you, you must check the packaging, you must check the quality, and then that brings me to pricing. This is too important because we've had products that they scaled through, the packaging was good, the quality was good, but the price was difficult to penetrate the market. And that brings me to this. Of course, when you're talking about price, there's another thing that you must consider, your target market. Okay? We know that not every product is for every customer, and that's true because the quality, the everything varies. You can have, for example, you can have water, and there are different kinds of water. The quality of the water, the packaging, the quality determines what the price will be. Okay, so while I know that that exists, like I said, you are starting. Okay, you don't want to put your money into a product that will be very difficult for you to push. Because remember, you need to sell this product to recoup more money again and reinvest in the business, get more goods, and keep expanding. You start with maybe a store, you take 2 stores, before you know, you're doing more than 10, 15, and you're getting other people that are coming under you to become sub-distributors, and your reach is expanding. But when you're starting, these are not your considerations at the startup phase of your business. Okay? So your pricing is very important. The target market, of course, affects the price. But for FMCGs are products that cut across just about any level in the society. You know, the rich take it, the poor take it, anybody can take it. Why? Because FMCGs are generally not very expensive. Like I said, they are mostly chop chop. Let me use the Nigerian parlance, okay? Those small snacks that you just eat is not food, so to say, that you need to survive on, you know. So people rather just spend, stipends on them and just enjoy them, and that's it. Okay. So the price, very important. The price must be good enough for you as a distributor to be able to make a profit and also cover your expenses. I think in the class 4, I'm going to talk more about how to manage your expenses because, as a distributor, you expend a lot on logistics, moving these goods from one place to another. Okay, so if you are not careful, you'll be doing the business and you will not see your money because you're spending everything on logistics. So I'm going to be sharing with you in the class 4, that's the last segment, on how to manage your expenses. Okay, so the price must be good enough to make a profit, to take care of your logistics expenses, and then of course to make profit because you're in the business to make profit as well. Okay, and then secondly, it must be good enough for the wholesalers that are going to be buying from you. At least they should be able to make some margin as well. And then the stores that will sell to the customers. Like I said earlier, there are different models to do distribution, okay? We have the company to the distributor to the wholesaler to the retailer, and then the retailer does the stores to the consumers. And then we have from the manufacturers to the distributors to the wholesalers and then to the consumers, or rather to the retailers and then to the consumers, okay? And then we also have from the manufacturers to the distributors and then to the consumers, okay? When you are starting, you might have to subscribe to all of these models. Like I said, when we started, the product we began with, we had issues with getting the wholesalers to accept the products from us when we went to the stores. So when we went to the wholesalers, so what did we do? We had to bypass the wholesalers and go directly to the stores and also to customers. And that's why we came online. Our online presence gave us direct access to the consumers and also to more stores or to stores, okay? The wholesalers were giving us a little problem, so we just had to go to the stores, and that was it. When the stores started buying the products and customers were looking for the products in the stores, the wholesalers started coming back to us. And that is what I've observed. Most times, the wholesalers, they don't really want to do a product that is new. And that's the reason why, as a distributor, when you're a startup, you need to incorporate marketing into the business. We have people that they are solely distributors. They don't have any business with this marketing. The marketing is left to the company or maybe delegated to another company that is into strictly marketing. But when you're a distributor and you're a startup, you have to market, because it is the marketing that will bring awareness about the product, and the awareness is what's going to stir up the demand for the product. Okay, and by the time there is a demand, that is when the product begins to enter the market, begins to penetrate, go into the market, and that's when all the market forces begin to respond to you again. So those wholesalers you were going to beg them, oh, we want you to display our product, we want you to sell our product, buy our product and sell to the retailers, that's the supermarkets that come to buy from them to sell to consumers. Okay, they might not give you a hearing until you go directly to the stores. That was the model we used. Okay, we had to go to stores directly because we found that the wholesalers were dragging, they were not responding to us. And we went to the stores and we knew we had a good product because we had tested the market with the consumers and they loved it. And so when we went to the supermarkets, the stores, it was easy. They received the product and they started selling almost immediately. And from one store, we started getting more stores. In the last class, I'm going to share on how we were able to properly penetrate the market with this particular product. You see, like I said, we're going to be sharing so much with you that you won't have to go through the trial and error that we did before we're able to get to where we are. So you should clap for us. We're bringing this to you for free. Okay? But of course, we know that there will be persons who really want to do this business and they want us to coach them or to give them more training. And of course, they want to join our community because we have a community for distributors in Nigeria. Okay? Yes, we have a community for distributors in Nigeria. We want to join that community. The opportunities and the advantages are enormous. Like, it's so juicy. You have mentorship, you have access to trainings, you have access to templates. Okay? There are templates for the letters, the agreements between you and the company you're going to be distributing their product, between you and the stores that are going to be selling your product or the product. There are templates for the letters of introduction that you're going to send to your stores to let them know that, oh, you have this product in whatever country or state or location where you are, and then the basic information. And of course, your records. We'll give you templates on how to properly keep and manage your records. Because when you are a distributor, you might start with one product, but of course, you would not want to remain with just one product. You have to do more products so that you can, you can expand the financial base of your company, of course, and also your reach, because new products always expose you to new markets. And when you're a distributor of more than one product, the one product will give you access for another. I always give this example. There are stores that began with us with one product, but because we already had an existing relationship or existing business with that store, it was easy to introduce another product, okay, because we're already familiar with them. So you see, that one product opened the door for other products to be accepted in those stores or in the markets. Okay. And so you need to have template on how to properly keep your records so you don't have issues in your business. Okay. So in the fourth class, we're going to share briefly on that. But of course, those that are going to be in our community, our Nigeria distributors community, they are going to have full access. And of course, for you to have access to this community, there is a paid registration, yes. And it's a one-time registration, but it's actually paid for. Okay. Sometimes don't always look for everything free. Sometimes you have to pay so that you can really value what you've got and you can make the most of it. Okay. So that's that about FMCGs. Now I'm going to be talking about the basic skills and disposition of a distributor. And like I said, I know that this is a global platform. People might be listening to me from anywhere in the world right now. And I want to welcome you again. Don't leave me, stay to the end. There's something for you. So I want to talk about the basic skills and dispositions of a distributor, especially in Nigeria. And I'm going to start by sharing a story. There was a particular location we expanded to that was different from where we were. And the reason was that my partner was in that location for a period of about 2 years. So his presence there opened the market for us. So we had a person, someone there. And so he was going to stores, we were sending products to him, was taking to stores, and we were making good sales in that location. When he was transferred from there to another location, we had to think about, okay, so how are we going to continue? Okay, it will be difficult for us to manage this without someone there, without a presence in that location, in that state at that time. So in the course of our being in that state, for my partner being there, of course, he related with people and he had friends and people knew that, oh, we're selling this product, we're sending this product to stores. And a particular lady expressed interest in taking up or taking over the business, taking over. She wanted to become the distributor for us in that place since our partner was leaving. And of course, we introduced her to all the stores, we gave her all the details, and she started. When she took over from us, I think like a month after, she got in contact with us again and she was complaining, oh, this store is like this, oh, that store is like that, oh, we're having this challenge and all that. And I told her something. I said, it's not going to be an easy ride because you are just starting. But even if you're starting, it doesn't mean that you're disadvantaged. If you have these basic skills and this disposition, you can start well. First, you must be resilient, very resilient. You must learn not to take no for an answer because there are stores you go to, you give them the product and they tell you, oh, we have one other product that is not doing very well. We have one other brand, or yes, another brand of this particular product that is not doing very well. We will not want to take this product. They might be skeptical. Or it might be a store that already sells a product and the management, of course, because you are a new person, you need to establish relationship with them. You need to know their pattern and then coin out how you're going to relate with them. So all of this is going to take time, but there are certain things that you must have in your mind that would help you to weather any storm that comes. Like I said, you must be very resilient. And number two, you must have exceptional people skills because you're going to be relating with people. You're relating with the store managers, you're relating with the storekeepers, you are relating with the wholesalers. Okay, you must have a good people skill. You must know how to relate with people. You must know how to communicate with people. And then you must take advantage of using agreements, not just word of mouth agreements, written agreements. I made mention of something in the first class about how to, do an agreement on the payment plan. Because when you are distributing to a store, especially when you're distributing a new product to a store, The store does not know this product. They don't know the demand of this product. They don't know how this product is going to perform on their shelves. They won't want to pay you at first for that product. So you are buying it from the manufacturer based on your agreements with them. Like I said, remember, you are just starting. And not many companies will want to start out giving you the product without you paying, because remember, they don't yet know you. There are certain track record that they don't have of you, so they can't just release their products to you without you making any financial commitment to getting this product. So as a startup, you are paying for your products. So by the time you take it to the stores, you want those products to do well there, because if they're not doing well there, it means your money is tied, and you don't want that. Okay, you want your products to sell so that you can get more money, get more products, get more stores, expand the business. Okay, and then another thing, your record keeping must be top notch. Your record keeping skills is very important, because there are situations where you may supply a store, and maybe you supply the first time, they are not paid, and the product has finished, and that's where agreement comes in, because this is some of the challenges we had. You might supply a store a product, and they finish selling. Your customers are looking for this product. You don't want your shelf to be empty. You don't want people looking for the product, because of course you have competitors. If your product is not available, they will go for the product of your competitors, and you really don't want that. You want to keep your customers. You don't want them to be looking for your goods, and the store has not paid you. Your customers are looking for this product. You have the product. You don't also to keep it there. You want to supply again. So you might have a situation where you supply the store maybe even 3 times, and they've not even paid for the first one. If you don't keep your record properly, they might pay you for 2 supplies, and you'll be wondering, what happened? My money is not balancing. You didn't keep your record properly. I've had that experience where a store paid and they didn't pay the complete money for what I supplied them. But I thank God I had my records. So I could go through my record and know that, oh, this store was meant to pay so and so amount of money, and this is what they paid. So with that record, I was able to balance up and clear out every discrepancy, and they paid the balance. Okay, so your record keeping skill is important. You cannot survive or succeed in this business without that. You'll be cheated, you'll be frustrated, because you have a lot. You have both records of your inventory, records of your supplies. There are so many kinds of records. And like I said, for those that are going to be joining Ninja Distributors community, you're going to have access to all of those information that you'll be needing. But for the rest of you, of course, we're going to give you the basic information, and you try and do something with it. But I know that for you to really start this business and thrive in this business, and do it in such a way that you can even expand and get others to come under you as sub-distributors, you may need to join this community so that you can learn from other distributors like myself, and just get all the information and the help you need so that you don't make a lot of mistakes. So next week, we're going to be talking about how to, the startup process proper. We're going to list it for you. What to do at the beginning, the second step, the third step, the fourth step, how to write your agreements with the companies or the manufacturer of the product you want to distribute. Agreements is very important, because we've had situation where after you've done the work, remember I said you're a startup, and maybe you're starting with a product that has not been introduced in the market of your location or the state or the country where you are. You had to do all the work, go through all the stress, devote your time, go to into the market, approach wholesalers, approach the stores. After you've done all that work, the product enters the market, and then you don't have any proper agreement. Someone just comes with big money, and the company puts you aside, and you don't have anything. So your agreement is very important. It will help protect you and also protect the manufacturers you're going to be working, because you are like a partner with them. They need you and you need them, because they need somebody where you are that would watch over, their products right in your location. Of course, they can just send from wherever they are to stores, but think about it. It's going to be too stressful having to manage different stores in a location where you are not in. So distributors are very, very in high demand. Yes, they are. And like I said in the first class, this is a business model that anybody can do. You can do it with your 9 to 5. You can do it as a stay-at-home mom. Yes, your children go to school. When they are in school, you go out and supply your stores and come back home and do everything you need to do. When it's time for you to go and collect your money, you go and collect your money and supply more, as the case may be. And as you grow, you can employ staff that will be doing the work. You'll be managing it, of course. You don't just leave it in the hands of the staff and say, do it. No. You must take the seat of the manager. You must be at the forefront and they are just executing, but you're like giving the basic direction for the business. Very important, like I said. So next week, or no, I think that's going to be in the last class. I want it to be, okay, no, next week. Let's do this next week. So next week, we're going to give you the list of how to start, what to do first, second thing to do, the third thing to do, how to approach stores. You're going to be supplying supermarkets and stores the products, how to approach them, who to meet, and then the relevant personnel in the stores that you need to have in your coffers. Let me use that word. They must be in your corner when you start this business. So we're going to be taking you on all of that next week. Okay? And I want to say something before I give opportunity for people to ask questions and then we call it a day. The first time I ever came across a distributor was in a meeting. There was this group I was in my church of young business people. And a particular guy shared a testimony then of how he became a distributor. This guy was not a graduate. It was not an illiterate. You could read or write. Maybe he had a school cert, but it wasn't a graduate. Okay? He was very young. He was in his 20s at that time. And he shared with us on how he became the sole distributor of a particular product in Nigeria. Why am I sharing this with you? So that when you're thinking about this business, you have a global outlook. Like I said at the beginning of this class, there are different products all around the world in different countries that are not in the country where you are, or in the state where you are, or in the locality where you are. So that is your opportunity. Okay? So while you're starting, don't limit yourself to just doing products from within, for example, from within Nigeria. I have had companies from outside Nigeria that has approached me to bring in their products. But like I said, I had to look at those three qualities: packaging quality and pricing, and at the state where I was as at then, before I could consider if I was going to work with them or not. And of course, it wasn't favorable. I knew we were going to go through a lot of challenges. But at the level where we are now, we could consider it. Okay? But as at then, when we're starting, we had to look into it and we knew that it wasn't going to work. So I'm just sharing that to let you know that there are a lot of opportunities in this business. It's a good business you can do. There's no limitation. Anybody can do it. Anybody. When we started, I was still doing my 9 to 5. But I was a distributor as a worker somewhere. My business began when my work closes. That's when I go to stores to go and supply or to go and check how my products are doing on the shelves. So really, there's no limitation. It's a good business anybody can do. And the opportunities are enormous. Enormous opportunities. Apart from the financial benefits, the networking opportunities, because you get opportunity to meet people, both the manufacturers or the producers of those products, the stores. You're going to be relating with the managers, the owners. So you see, there's so much in this business. So I want to thank every one of you that has joined me for today's session, today's class. Like I said, The training is not a formal training where I'm going to have slides and I'm using a board to teach you. I'm teaching you based on my experience. So it's kind of like an informal. I'm teaching you through storytelling, telling you stories of different things that we've done and how we were able to go through certain things, and we're still here in the business. And the aim is so that you can see the many opportunities in this business. And also, when you start with information, so you don't make some kind of errors or mistakes like we did. And these mistakes cost money. Of course, they cost a lot of money, but at least we're grateful to God that we're still here. And I want to thank you again for joining us. Should you have any question right now, you can just type it in the comment section, and I would answer to the best of my knowledge at this time. So thank you very much. I'm giving a wave to all of you I can see right now. And that's to tell you, hey, I see you. So do you have any questions? And then we'll call it an evening. So next week, a brief recap. We're going to be taking you on how to start the business proper, how to get good products, how to approach the stores, how to design your agreements with the companies you're going to be distributing their products, and then mistakes you must avoid, mistakes that can cost you your business. Okay, we're going to be taking that next week. And then in the last class, that's the fourth class, we're going to be talking about how to manage your expenses. Like I said, logistics can be very expensive. Okay, your warehousing bill, so many things. For me, when we started, my children's room was my store. That was where I was arranging all the products. But of course, we now have our office. We have two warehouses that we use just beside our office. So then advantages, of course, we're going to be sharing the advantages, and we're going to guide you on how to join the Nigeria distributors community. So having said all of this, I want to say a very big thank you to every one of you that has joined us for today's class. Later tonight or by tomorrow, this class will be on our YouTube channel. So you can go there and watch it again. Like I said, this is the class 2. You can go to our YouTube channel to watch the class 1 if you missed it last week, or even if you were there. Like they say, repetition is a lot of deep and lasting impression. You can listen to it again. You'll be able to pick up some of the things maybe you missed while we were live. So thank you very much, and have a beautiful evening and a blessed new week. I'm Love Odion again, reaching you from Nigeria. God bless you. Bye.